Good day, guys and girls. The More You Bear here and the More You Bear Gaming, and just bringing you a quick video on the new launch of Modern Warfare Warzone 3.0, and in particular how Plunder is going to integrate, and hopefully how Plunder is going to be a core game mode in this game. So to start off with, we're going to show you just a little bit of the trailer that Call of Duty put up the day before. So just as a note, today is December 5th, 2023, and Warzone 3.0 drops tomorrow, December 6th, 2023. So we're going to stop it right there, and we might even rewind it a little bit. So as you can see here, they're overthrowing a guy that's got the large cash backpack on there, otherwise known as a cash king. So they're already saying that Plunder is going to be there. Here's some clips of it. And notice that this is the cash drop or the cash pickup area. So they're identifying right off the bat that they want Plunder to be a game mode. Now, the problem with this is that when Warzone 2 launched in November 14th, 2022, Plunder didn't show up until April 26th. So count that. November to December, to January, to February, to March, to April. And that's at the end of April. So you're talking 5.5 months that there was no Plunder. Okay? So, you know, they had promised with Warzone 2 that Plunder would be there day one. Okay? Just remember that. They promised day one it would be there. Right? Plunder alongside BR built Warzone. There's no debate there. You can try to, but there's absolutely no debate. So what I want to point out is one of my favorite content creators is JGod. So JGod put up this video about how there's 800 camos that you need to grind for. 800 camos. Okay, so that was posted 4 weeks ago. And my comment was to try to get some familiarity and some recognition for Plunder. And Plunder would be great for this. So I said, here's the More You Bear, right here. Plunder needs to be a permanent game mode if you want all those camos. Casual players need a chance to play without all the sweats. Plunder built Warzone alongside BR. I hope these new developers can figure out that when Plunder leaves, so do players. Great content, as always, Jay. Could you be our voice for Plunder, please? So that was 4 weeks ago. Okay, so he's talking about the grind. And as you can see, 128 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down. We had replies, including JGod. And his was a little bit kind of stern and to the point. He says, Plunder is already confirmed to be there day one with Warzone integration in December. No need to voice it. Well, unfortunately, we had to voice it because for 5 months, we didn't have Plunder in the original Warzone 2, I should say. So that's great. It kind of caught his eye, right? Because there's 128 thumbs up. The next biggest comment was 49. 49. JGod has not gotten this kind of comments and this kind of engagement, I guess you would say, on any of his videos that I can think of. But I'll let JGod make that assessment himself. So then he puts out this video 5 days ago. Okay, and just listen. This is the first time that this has been mentioned on a JGod video, and it's one of the first times, probably the only time I can think of, one of the major creators that actually mentioned something like this. So let's go.
Modes at launch, we're going to have Battle Royale. Plunder will be there day one. I think they want that to be a core part of the mode. There's a huge amount of number of people that play that mode, so I don't know why they keep taking it away. Not for everyone. It's great for testing some stuff, but in general, like there are people who just love Plunder. And then
So he was pointing at himself when he was talking about the testing of the guns, leveling up guns, because there still is no better way of testing these guns and attachments than going into Plunder and actually testing it at distance and also testing it on players, live players, period. It cannot be debated. So that's the only time that I've ever heard JGod acknowledge Plunder to that degree. And I have not heard any other content creator, Sally, Iceman, Ace. I haven't heard any of them. Tim the Tatman, you name them, they have not basically represented Plunder like this. So going back to my original comment, I said, could you be our voice for Plunder, please? I think he's been our voice. So these are the official patch notes, and right in here it says that Plunder will be there at launch. But remember, they said that back in November 2022, and Plunder took 5.5 months, April 26, 2023, to get back there. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm hoping that having somebody like JGod voicing Plunder will be a major thing. Hopefully when he went to the pre-launch of Warzone and multiplayer BR, that, you know, he kind of threw this into the conversation, because you don't get responses like that, like this video here. 128 thumbs up, no thumbs down. It's insane, absolutely insane. So getting back to the Plunder number, so April 26th it launched, and all of a sudden after that they started removing it. They remove it for a week at a time, they remove it for 2 weeks at a time. They just keep basically screwing around with it, is the best way that I can describe it. So after it launched, you can see that the numbers climbed. So they gained another almost 70,000 players because they launched Plunder, and that before that they had lost 702,000, right? It had kind of been this seesaw effect that they were getting some and then losing. But Plunder comes back in, all of a sudden it goes up 70,000, right? Then they start removing Plunder. Guess what? They lose 1.8 million players. Then they bring Plunder back. They get 1.6 million players. They start removing Plunder again in early August. They lose 700,000. Then this was the big one. So towards the beginning of September, and actually I think it started the last week of August, it was almost 5 weeks that they took Plunder away. Look at this. 4.166 million players that they lost, right? So that month of September, between September to October 1st, guess what? 4.2 million players that they lost. So hopefully these new developers will take this information into account. It's very easy to see this information. It's all there. Now, what's also good to know is that we had the haunting event. So that added some players back in. But since the haunting, Plunder has been a staple. It has not disappeared for one day in that time frame. And that was the week after. That was the first week of November. Guess what? It's gone up 12 million players and then another 7 million players. So you've climbed 36% just by having Plunder in as a game mode. Right? Like just insane. You know, why they don't take this into account, I don't know. The new developers, they developed the first Warzone. All the developers, JGod, True Game Data, Iceman Isaac, Who's Immortal, Ace, all of them are saying that there's vibes of Verdansk, so that's awesome. And just to show you another thing too, so this is the original stats from Warzone 1 and 2. You can see that I've got 1,054 wins. I'm top 170, number 170 right now in the original game, right? So you've got people in there that love to play Plunder, that are very, very good at it. that are in the top 2.1% for wins and the top 2.1% for win percentage and the top 0.1% for wins. Again, I'm number 170. You know, there's people that want to play, and you'll see my stats in another video for the current Warzone. I don't even think I cracked 200 wins. 200 wins for that entire Warzone 2.0 because they kept taking Plunder away, and they kept taking away, and they kept losing players. All these reds are from when they took Plunder away. There's no argument. The time frame all matches up. So again, very, very optimistic that this new Warzone 3.0 is going to be a good one. Again, the trailer shows 2 instances of Plunder right in it. So really hoping that developers are going to right this ship and make it a solid playable game for everybody, the casual player, the more aggressive player, and the sweats too. Make sure that everybody is accounted for, and we're not going to start losing people to Fortnite, Battlefield, all these other games. So if you liked the video, think about giving it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Tell me why down on the bottom. I apologize for the lack of video capture. I'm just not set up to do that. So please take some pity on me. If you want to, think about hitting subscribe, liking the video. Maybe in the future we'll look at getting some video capture equipment. So we'll see you in there. My gamer tag is subliminal6, S-I-X, and the number 4. Love to game with you in Plunder and show you a thing or two, or maybe you can show me a thing or two. So we'll see you out there in Warzone 3 on the battlefield. Take care, guys and girls. Remember, you never know unless you bear.